here. And it's gonna stay. Okay. So, let me pull this up on my computer. Happy Friday, everybody. I have been a very busy bee going through all of my inventory, and that has just been a crazy, very intense project, but so worth it. Mute that. Okay. So I figured for tonight, just work on this necklace I started to put together a few weeks ago. And I wanted to see what you guys think. And feel free to say hello. So I have these wheel beads. And all of these daggers, these are snakeskin jasper daggers. And the plan was to make this statement piece. I love designing necklaces because it's kind of like a puzzle. So I believe that's the middle. I appreciate you guys for being here very much. Happy Friday once again. Let's see, this jasper is so pretty. So snakeskin jasper is from Australia. Oh, this one goes somewhere in here. I believe it goes here. Yes. I knew this was going to be finicky, putting this project in a bag, but it's okay. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody has had an awesome week. I've had a very busy week with classes. I had a class today on the herringbone earrings at the Bead Garden in Sedona. And I had a class yesterday on a leather bracelet, which I'm going to be making that a tutorial here soon. Okay, this is coming together. And I kind of liked the idea of the end ones being a little longer rather than totally tapered. I think these two need to be switched. I am excited about this necklace. Oh, I feel like that one is so long. Let me try something. Hello, Karen. Hey, guys. You print or just... I make jewelry. How are you doing? Thanks for popping in and saying hello. Trying to figure out how I had this put together. Oh, I know how I did it. Okay, so these two go last. Okay, guys, so this is totally a long shot, but I'm gonna throw it out there. I am so grateful I finally hit 1K subscribers. I am one step closer to getting monetized. Now I just need to get Well, that doesn't look right. Oh, I'm missing one. Now I just need to get 4,000 watch hours. So check out my videos, you guys. I have lots of tutorials up, and I am going to be doing another one here soon on a leather bracelet with seed beads. I've got lots of tutorials, and if you guys have any certain requests, I am happy to fulfill those requests. There we go. That's what I wanted. I like this. So just so you guys can see, I really dig that. Okay. So these are Czech glass Druk beads. They're gonna be spacers of some sort. They are 4mm rounds. And then, oh, these leaves are gonna go here. These are Czech leaves. So those are gonna go here. And then, thank you guys for liking the video. Oh my gosh, these leaves are so different in color. Hang on a second. That's a little better. Okay, so then I had these snakeskin jasper coins also laid out. I love designing necklaces, so if you guys ever see any wire wrap pendants of mine that I've made, whether it's on my website, my Etsy shop, just Google wire weaved uniques and all of the things come up. I am more than happy to design a necklace for you at the price of $25 if you wanted something to go with your pendant. So I'm just throwing that out there because as much as I love wire wrapping, I also really love puzzling together beaded necklaces. Okay, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is kind of where I left off in doing this project. I use beading wire. I use soft flex beading wire. There's a lot of different sizes. There's medium, there's fine, there's very fine, and there's heavy. And I actually need to dig out some beading wire for this necklace. I'm gonna use, I'm gonna use medium. So give me just a second while I dig out my beading wire. I have so much wire, it's crazy. It's super freaking crazy how much wire I have. So this is soft flex, this is the fine, this is medium, but I also am going to use copper, so I'm looking for my copper medium. That's just a bag of beads. Another bag of beads. I keep hitting my head on this thing. Sorry, guys. A finished necklace. Yes, I can. So if you look at this, these are like the parts and doodads that you'll need. Let me grab a finished necklace. Oh, I have one over here. Okay, so hopefully you can see that. So there's the copper beading wire in the wire guard here. You guys are gonna be able to see this whole process. But this is a necklace I did a while back, and I ended up keeping it because I really love how I did that one. That's fine. Oh, here we go. This will work. Okay. So this is the beading wire that I like to use. So it is 49 strands of stainless steel twisted together and then coated with a nylon. And then I actually have super duper special cutters specific for cutting beading wire, because if you use normal flush cutter pliers for cutting stainless steel, you will destroy your pliers. I learned that the hard way. These are Tronex is the brand. You can find these on Amazon. So 7222 is the model number. These are my babies. I don't use these pliers to cut anything except for this beading wire. Okay. So what I like to do is I cut a long enough piece for this necklace, and I'm going for a 16 to an 18-inch necklace because I want all of this to sit right at the collarbone. So in that case, I'm gonna grab my ruler. So we have 12 inches and 12 plus 6. So I'm gonna cut 2 feet. And you guys will see why closer to the end if you stick around. So I have my 2 foot long piece of medium beading wire. And it's definitely handy to have bead stoppers. This is a bead stopper. But I like to start by finishing off one end first. Now this stuff, I'm gonna grab a little dish. We're just gonna dump some parts and doodads out. So you want a crimp. I use 2x2s. So you want 2 crimps. I love wire guards. I won't do a necklace without a wire guard because it just adds a very finished look to any necklace. I know they should be in that little bag. There's a little jar, but they're not. Okay. They in this. Some more crimps, more crimps. This is crazy. What's that? Hodgepodge. Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. That is a bag of unfinished necklaces. I probably sound really muffled right now, but that's okay. Okay, what do we got? That's Tiger's Eye. I love these. This is what you guys are hearing. I'm sorry if that was really loud. These are Tibetan silver bells. I love them. I keep bumping into you guys. I'm sorry. Okay. We're going to look in this little pouch one more time. Because I know I have. I got them. We're good. Thank you. I love them too. That's why I got them. Okay, this is what I was looking for. These parts and doodads. All right, so now that I've put you guys through my own little chaos, you guys are going to see how all this works if you don't know. So, we have a crimp. I highly, highly, highly recommend getting yourself a pair of crimping pliers. I used to use 2 pairs of flat pliers to squish the crimp, and then I would fold the crimp into a V shape, and then I would smash it in half until I found out that crimping pliers are a thing. So I have my crimp on. Now the wire guard is this horseshoe shaped finding, and it has a little ravine for the wire to sit in. So the wire is going up through and back down through on the wire guard. And this reason right here is why you want to give yourself some extra wire. And I like to, when I'm finishing off a necklace, I don't cut the wire off at the crimp. I feed the excess through the beads if I can, because I like having that extra strength. So what I'm doing is I close the horseshoe a little bit. Now when you're crimping, you want the 2 beading wires next to each other. Hopefully you guys can see that. So you want them next to each other, and you're gonna smush the crimp, and it's gonna turn into like a U shape. And then you fold it in half. And you've got a nice strong structure here. And then you take a crimp cover. You don't have to use a crimp cover. I personally like to, because it just gives the jewelry a more finished look. That one seems really big. Let's see. So typically I use 4mm or 3mm crimp covers. Welcome in, Sammy. Okay, so now this part's tedious, and a lot of people don't like crimp covers for this reason. It just takes some patience. So I make sure the crimp is inside the little Pac-Man there, and I'm closing the circle. Can you guys see that? Ever so gently, and I work my way around and apply a little bit of pressure so that I can get this closed nice and evenly. So that's the start of our necklace. So we've got the wire guard, and the wire guard is great because it protects the wire from totally getting bent and from wear and tear. So now we have a start. Now it's designing this necklace. So I have all the snakeskin jasper. One of the things I was gonna do is put these Czech Firepolish pieces. We gotta incorporate these too somehow. So let me just cut this strand. All right. So now we're gonna play. We have our wire ready. So these beads are gonna go in between these coin beads, and we're gonna kind of see how that looks. I keep wanting to grab the green ones, but it's funny. I love designing necklaces so much. You guys have no idea. So these beads are gonna give this piece a little bit of sparkle, is the intention. My next live is gonna be on Friday. Friday at 6 p.m. Arizona time. Okay. So now I gotta add the green ones, and I'm kind of thinking the green ones are gonna frame the wheel beads. So I'm gonna start sliding things up a little bit. A lot of it. What do you guys think of that? I think I can zoom. There we go. Oh my gosh, I need to get a better white. Thank you guys. So you think that, yeah, the Druck beads, these green ones, really add some nice contrast, I think. And then maybe I won't put any on this one. Or I need to incorporate these Firepolish ones somehow. So I'm gonna slide these up some more. Give myself more room. So maybe I will put one of these there and there. So 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th one. So we're gonna slide those up. Yeah, well, it'll be so much easier to see when I get everything laid out. I have a business. I have been wire wrapping for 10 years. I have a website. I have an Etsy shop. I have a Facebook group. I have a YouTube channel. I teach in-person classes at my work. Basically, I can't keep up with myself. So my website is wireweaveduniques.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm gonna go back to these greens. Try not to get sidetracked. But you guys, you can subscribe to my email list if you want. And get 15% off your first purchase with me. And like I said in the beginning, if you ever want a beaded necklace and you want me to design something along with my wire wrap pendants, oh my gosh, I would be so ecstatic to do that for you. It would just be a $25 additional charge. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we need some drucks here. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. And I have all kinds of tutorials. I'm gonna do a leather tutorial soon, and I'll do a basic bead stringing tutorial soon as well. Oh, is this the 5th one? Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so this I want. Yes, I have. I have one available. It's $150. It's not listed, but I would be happy to list it for you. Okay, so yeah, I think the copper really balances this out, or the copper fire polish is what I mean to say. Oh, we'll do It's so hard and easy to get lost in this, doing this. Okay. So we got the Drux and we have 2 Firepolish here. So in between these guys, down here is going to be the Firepolish, which I think that'll look really good. Yeah. And so the rest would be Druck. Okay, so I think I'm just gonna start beading it. So I have my wire. So now this is where it comes in, where it's good to have that leftover little extra. Instead of cutting it off right here, I prefer to just tuck it away, and it adds strength to your beaded necklace. So when I'm making these, I always try to make sure at the ends of the necklace I have beads that will fit both of these little pieces of wire. So that looks good. And then we're gonna add snakeskin jasper coin. Wheel bead. We can see how this is coming out. I'm really digging that. Okay. So we're just gonna keep adding. I'm so happy to be working on this right now. This project has been floating around for a couple weeks, and I just did the Prescott Gem and Mineral show. That was a blast. Okay. So, hey Sammy, so it depends. So like this one, if I were to sell this one tonight and list it for somebody, it would be $65. Because these are some pretty fancy beads, you know? $65 free shipping. Oh, I'm getting sidetracked. Okay, I gotta go back to adding Druck beads. Thank you. I think so too. I appreciate you guys. It's in the range of affordability and my time's worth. That bead is flawed. We're not using that one. So if you missed it earlier, snakeskin jasper is a jasper from Australia. And it's so pretty because it's just so shabby looking. I'm kind of thinking I should, let's see where this is at right now. So I should add more copper. Unless, well, no, I'm just gonna keep going. Just keep going. And we're gonna see where this lays after I add these, because excuse me, I'm trying not to make it too long, because like I said, I want these to sit on the collarbone. So let me actually put this around my neck and see. Oh, there I go, bumping you guys, my bad. So actually right now I have 8 inches, so I'm actually gonna stop right here and not add, I'm not gonna add these. So we're just gonna put these off to the side. And then I'm gonna add this leaf. And then we're gonna start adding the Firepolish. And our daggers. I can't wait to see this come together. Oh my gosh. So adding these in between the daggers are gonna space these out a little bit. What do you guys think of that? So it's gonna space them out. And the reason why is so that these spacers are gonna act as joints, essentially. Because I don't know if I want them right next to each other, you know? Excuse me, I'm gonna take a coffee sip. What do you guys think? Should I have them right next to each other or spaced out? We're gonna put a brief moment of light on this situation. I think spaced out, like, it flows better, and I feel like there's more intended function and flexibility when they're spaced out. So that's what we're gonna do. Okay, thank you, Sammy. Yeah. You guys are awesome. I appreciate your guys' input. This stone is just so gorgeous. I have a couple of micro macrame, like knotted necklaces with just rondelles of this stone. That are available. They're not listed, but they're $85 if you guys wanted to see them. Okay, almost there. Thank you so much. See, I wasn't sure. This design is definitely a labor of love. Make sure I still have enough wire to finish. Yes, I do. This took a lot of thought, and this is one of the reasons why I love doing this so much, is because it takes thought, you know, rather than just putting together a necklace that is just one type of bead. I really love how intricate you can make something. Okie dokie. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. This is so exciting. Okay, and I had taken out, I think, 2 coin beads on this side. Uh-oh, did I run out of those beads? No way. No, I have another one. I have another one. I have a whole jar of them right here. Thank goodness. I'm like, there's no way this is gonna be that situation where I don't have just that one more bead. That would be so freaking whack. So whack. Okay. So we're taking this out, this, and this, and then we're gonna add this Czech glass leaf. And I'm doing good. Okay, and now we're gonna add a druck and a wheel, a druck, a coin, a druck, and I'm gonna have to find 2 more of those beads. A wheel, a druck, a coin, a druck. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So this 4th coin, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. This 4th coin. Oh, I already have them laying right here. Freaking silly. such a goof. Okay, wheel, Firepolish, coin, Firepolish, wheel, druck, coin, druck, wheel, druck, coin, druck, wheel, druck, coin, druck, wheel. Hope you guys don't mind me. Druck, coin. Okay, let's just make sure. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I thought. Cool. Okay. So druck, wheel, druck. Now we gotta finish the necklace. So I'm gonna move stuff. Should probably put a lid back on this before I knock it over, right? Because that happens. I'm gonna move, you guys. Okay, so when you're finishing off a necklace, you want it to flow and be flexible. Lift you guys up again so I don't keep bumping you. You don't want it to be so tight when you go to finish it that it's like really stiff, because that's how your beads can break. So I have my end here. I'm gonna put on my crimp. A wire guard. I'm feeding the wire back down through the wire guard and the crimp. And what I like to do is, yes, there's all this space here, but I am just gonna pre-feed this wire through as many beads as I can. And then I take my pliers or some kind of flat pliers, and I hold the end of the wire and where the wire guard is, and I just pull the wire through. Now up here is where it's really easy to get your necklace too tight. You really want your piece to have some flex in it. So that's pretty flexible, but it's also not like loosey-goosey, because you don't want to see the wire in between the beads. So, and you got to compensate too, because we're going to add a crimp cover, which is going to take up some space. So I'm sliding the crimp bead up, and I'm making sure that the wires are next to each other. And we're gonna crimp, get our U shape. You guys see the U shape? That's what you want. And then I'm gonna fold it in half. And then we're gonna add the crimp cover. And you just finagle it around. You don't want to just willy-nilly close it. You gotta work your way around it and get it as evenly closed as you can. All right, and then this little guy, we have plenty of wire through these beads. So this, if you're doing this and you do it, pay attention to which wire you cut. Otherwise, you'll have to restring your whole necklace. Just gonna cut that tail and make sure the end is like inside the bead. Okay, and now we just need to put a clasp on it. So I'm gonna zoom out so you guys can see this. I'm gonna dig out a clasp. And with the clasp, you need 2 jump rings. So I like this might sound funny, but I like things to be proportionately sound. So I have a small jump ring and I'm grabbing a slightly bigger jump ring. So this is a 6mm jump ring. That is a 4mm jump ring. And now we just need a little lobster claw. I know I have one somewhere. Okay. Bear with me, guys. Oh, that's a toggle. That's some bronze things. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh my gosh. I know I have clasps. Bear with me, guys. As I dig around my freaking mess here. This is normal, by the way. This is definitely a Bailey thing, for sure. Oh. I got him. So this is a whole bag of necklaces that I've done. Okay. We have a clasp. So with a clasp, when you open jump rings, I have found it helps to have 2 pairs of pliers. It doesn't matter what type, as long as they're flat. Some type of flat edge plier. So the small jump ring, I like to call this grabbing the half moon where the opening is. So I'm grabbing the half moon. I'm going to grab the other half of the moon. You don't want to pry it apart. You just want to tweak it open a little bit. And we're going to take one end and hook it. And I like to use the smaller jump ring for attaching the lobster claw. And then I'm going to grab my pliers again and grab what little moon I have left and close that up. And I spend a little time getting these jump rings really nice and closed. That is beautiful. Okay, and then the other one, again, the bigger one is for hooking the actual lobster claw too. So I'm grabbing the half moon. I'm gonna grab the other half of the moon. Got it opened up. And we're just gonna hook this and make it back into a full moon. Nice. Okay. Now, all right, you guys, I am gonna flip the camera. We gotta see how this looks. So, hello everybody. Don't mind the mess behind me. Okay, and I'm gonna move this light because that was terrible. We gotta see this necklace. If I can. There we go. Hey guys. So that's a little better. Okay. So we have our necklace here. It's in a little bit of better lighting. And hopefully it sits where I want it to sit. I am not left-handed. Okay. And I'm a very tiny person, so this is actually very ideal. Hang on. So anybody that would wear this that is a little larger than me, this would actually suit so perfectly. Thank you, Sammy. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm so proud of this. Okay, hang on. So I'm trying to, just so you guys can really see it. And the wheel beads here actually add, you know, that added sparkle to it. This would be so much better if we had some sunlight, but we are in a dark room. But that was a freaking blast. Okay, I'm gonna zoom out. Yeah, that's great. That's really good. That's, you guys, thank you for hanging out with me while I made this. Oh my gosh. So, if anybody wanted this, it would be $65 for this piece. And I would just list it on my website and take some really nice pictures of it. $65 free shipping. How it works is any orders $35 or more, either on my Etsy shop or my website, is free shipping. I cover it and I insure everything, because that's just how I am. But yeah, it turned out really nice. I'm so glad to have that finished. And again, you guys, if you want, you can subscribe to my email list, wireweaveduniques.com. And yeah, all that good jazz. You guys know how that stuff works, I'm sure. Okay, so I'm going to call it good. I will catch you guys next Friday. What do you guys want to see next Friday? Do you want to do another beaded necklace with me? That would be fun. Or any specific requests? I'm always looking for requests. Another beaded, I'm so freaking down for another beaded necklace. Okay, so here's my homework. What color theme should we do? What color theme beaded necklace do you guys want to see? That way this week I can gather up a little project bag for myself to work on for next Friday. I love fidgeting with it. It's like, it's a fidget. Or do you guys want me to pick the color theme? Up to you guys. I pick. Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. Nice to meet you guys again. My name is Bailey. I have been making jewelry for 10 plus years, and I think I'm like 5 years in on teaching classes. I'm so happy you guys are here. Please check out my tutorials and drop some comments, like my videos. Sammy, Fernando, thank you guys. I will see you next Friday. And I hope you guys have a great weekend and week. And oh, on another note, I'm going to leave this up for replay. So there's that. All right. Thank you guys. I will catch you later.